Hey besties, let's get right into how we made this breakfast. So first we went and got us a bowl and we're going to put about a half a cup of butter in there. And you want to let that butter sit until it reaches room temperature. Once the butter has reached room temperature, you're going to go in with some seasoning and then you're going to use some brown sugar and then you're going to go ahead and give that a good mix. It's so much easier to work with when the butter is already softened, or if you have a mixer or any kind of handheld mixer, it makes this process a whole lot easier. But I don't have that, so we're just going to go ahead and do it by hand. So it wasn't quite dark enough for me, so I'm going ahead and add some more cinnamon, and I'm going to add in a little bit more brown sugar to my butter mixture. And this is going to be the filling for our stuffed French toast bites. And when it got good like that, that was ready to go. So after that, I went on ahead and got me some of that brioche bun, and you're going to go ahead and just take the crust off. If you like the crust, then go ahead and leave it on, but we decided that we was just going to take the ends of the bread off on all four sides. Once we got the ends of the bread off, it was time to go ahead and start filling in that mixture. So I went on ahead, got that brioche bread, and we're going to go ahead and get us a nice smooth butter knife. And then we are going to go ahead and take that filling on the inside, smooth it out real good. And as you can see, it's already looking good. I like the color, I like the consistency, I like how nice and smooth it is. It's so easy to work with. We're gonna go ahead and smooth that out on top of that brioche bread, and you want to make sure that you're using a thick bread because it just comes out so much better. I haven't tried it on a regular slice of bread. I might try it one day, I don't know. So I also had a couple of pieces of banana left over, so I decided to make some with banana. So I threw some bananas in there. My kids really don't like the bananas inside of their French toast. So they don't like the texture of banana too much. So I only made a few with bananas in it for me. And then the rest of them, I'm going to continue to make them plain. Now we're going to make sure that we get all that bread stuffed with our cinnamon butter filling. And after we got it all filled up, we're going to go ahead and take our bread, put it on top of the other one to make like a sandwich. You want to go ahead and press it down because you want to make sure that the bread is sticking together as if you was making a sandwich. Now, I was super excited to do this for my kids. This is something that we have not tried and we haven't had yet, but we just decided that we was going to try and do something different. I try all the time to make my kids some creative breakfast, something that they never had, getting them to try new things. So I'm really excited about doing this. So this is something that my kids have not had before, so I'm always looking for new, exciting ways to introduce food to them. My babies are not babies anymore, but I always try and make breakfast fun for them as long as I possibly can. So halfway through breakfast, I realized that we did not have any more almond milk, so I had to go to the store, pick up some almond milk so we can go on ahead to the next part of breakfast, because you absolutely cannot complete this breakfast without any almond milk. So once I came back, we was ready to go to the next step, and we are going to go ahead and start working on our mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and use some oat milk. And after I get my oat milk in the bowl, we're going to go ahead and add us 2 eggs. And we're just making a simple, quick and easy French toast batter. After we get those 2 eggs in there, we're going to go ahead and add us in some allspice. And then if you want, you can add in some vanilla. And if you don't, you can just go ahead and leave the vanilla out. You're going to go ahead and give that a good mix until all those flavors are combined together. And then your French toast batter is done. We're going to set that to the side. Go ahead and get us the pan. Get that pan nice and hot. Put a little bit of butter on there. And when that pan gets nice and hot, we're going to start dipping our French toast bites inside of that French toast batter, and we're going to get it in a pan and get it nice and toasty on both sides. I like my French toast a little bit more crispy, so I leave mine in just a little bit longer until it gets good and crispy. Now this is how our French toast looked when we first started putting it down in the pan, and after we gave it a nice flip, this was how it looked, nice and brown and toasty on the other side. That's what you're going for. After all our French toast pieces was done, went on ahead, put it in the pan, and we're just gonna sprinkle a little cinnamon sugar on top. And baby, when I tell you the ancestors didn't tell me to stop, I was still sprinkling that cinnamon sugar on there. After we got our French toast done, it was time to finish the rest of the breakfast. And by this point, my kids, I came in the kitchen and they was like, I want to help you. So I had my 3-year-olds helping me make breakfast. And as you can see, she done knocked over my camera. She done did her big one, but she was like, I'm going to help you. So I was like, you know what? So she went to go get her little chair, and she was up on that counter and she was helping me. So first we had to go ahead and crack the eggs, and I was trying to show her how to crack the eggs, but we was getting there and we got it done. After that, it was time to go ahead and add some cheese in there. And my kids love cheese, and they love cheese eggs and anything that got cheese in it. So when it's time to make eggs, they gonna add extra cheese. I added some cheese in there, and you about to see her little hand come up right now, and she about to add some cheese in there too. She was like, it need more cheese. So I was like, if it need more cheese, go ahead, baby, add the cheese in there. After we got enough cheese up in there, it was time to season it. So we're just gonna season it with some plain old black pepper, just a little bit of black pepper, and that's how working that black pepper. And then we're gonna add me a little bit of salt in there, and not too much because cheese already has salt inside of it. So after we got our eggs good and seasoned, it was time to give it a mix. And when she went in there strong. I was like, wait a minute, let's slow down. Let's take it easy. We don't want the eggs coming up out the bowl. So after we finally got the eggs mixed up and good and ready to go, it was time to put it in that pan. Now this country crock drizzle and sizzle cooking topping, I love that. So I went on ahead and poured some of that in the pan a little bit, and then once it got good and hot and ready to go, we went on ahead and added our eggs in there. Once our eggs was done, our breakfast was complete, and it was time to start plating the food now. In this house, my kids are always going to eat first, so that's my son's plate and that's my daughter's plate. My son does not like avocado at all, so I do not put it on his plate. This was my plate. I went on ahead, got some sausage, some cheese, eggs, some avocado, some mango with tahini, and a couple of those French toast bites. And when I tell you, breakfast was a 10 out of 10.